Hello and welcome to Cryptocurrency Reviews. My name is Claudio and this is Cryptochain, the channel where I do cryptocurrency news, reviews, demos, interviews, and blockchain games reviews. And in today's review, I'm going to be talking about Kava Labs, which is a recent IEO, initial exchange offering, from the Binance Launchpad. And what is the reason I actually want to do a review on an IEO? Because I normally talk about the top 100 projects in CoinMarketCap. And the reason being is because this project has been pretty hyped by Binance. It has been pretty hyped around the community and people have been talking about it. It's all about DeFi. Everybody's talking about DeFi, which stands for decentralized finance, etc., etc. And a lot of the reviews out there from Kava and people talking about Kava aren't very in-depth on Kava. They're basically just reiterating the stuff that we can already see on the website. So I've done a bit more review, a bit more in-depth research on it, just to kind of understand what Kava are actually all about and some of the pros and cons that I found with it, because everybody's talking about the pros, but what are the cons? I mean, I've seen reviews, people always talk about the pros, but they don't list the cons. So in this video, I want to focus on the pros and the cons so that you can really understand what it's all about and know what to expect, because all the CEOs from every project, all the employees from every project will tell you exactly the same story. Our project is revolutionary. Our project will change the world. Our project is the one you need to invest in, etc., etc. And you gotta be very careful with this. It's obvious, right? It's common sense for many, but some of you will still fall into that trap. So this is why I'm here to do this kind of research and kind of summarize it for you so you can understand what it's all about. And I'm not gonna waste any more time talking about this, and we'll get straight into Kava. And I just want to remind you that the disclaimer, as you can see in the description below, is that this is not a sponsor review. I haven't been paid by the team to talk about this. I simply want to give you my honest review on Kava, which is, like I said, a project from the Binance Launchpad. So let's get straight in and talk about Kava. Now, DeFi for crypto, like I was saying, it's decentralized finance for crypto. And this is kind of the new trend going on right now. Everybody's talking about these. Now, you can leverage assets with Kava's cross-chain CDP platform, and CDP actually stands for Collateralized Debt Position, if you're not sure what that is. And here we can see the website is pretty basic, and again, you can find the website link in the description, kava.io. It's all about finance and decentralized finance. It's actually kind of as a bank, but a decentralized bank. That's what they're trying to do, right? So they've got BTC, Atom, XRP, and BNB that can be used as a collateral. So you can collateralize your favorite assets for free using Kava's multi-collateral CDP system. You can hodl harder, you can increase your long exposure using the decentralized CDP by leveraging, of course. So all is good here. Basically, they're just trying to say here that you can stake. Now, stability, you can move out of position into a stable coin backed by the best crypto assets in the world. Of course, they're going to try and give you as much positive information as possible. But the good thing about this website is that it's actually kept quite simple, so you don't get lost in translation. So here we can see it's reliable, interoperable, and fast. This is the team here. So this is the first thing I want to focus on here. Brian Kerr is the CEO, and if you've been checking their tweets, or if you haven't been checking their tweets, you'll notice that he mostly goes alone to all these different events. He's been talking to a few other crypto YouTubers as well, like Blockchain Brad has recently had an interview with him, but mostly alone. I mean, the team is very small. This is one of the cons that I found with this, and you may argue, okay, well, it's a new project, they're starting up, it's a startup, they don't have enough people, right? They're hiring, they're looking for employees, but it is a small team. And apart from it being a small team, and that may not be the worst thing, of course, because they need time to grow, I've actually looked at Brian on LinkedIn to try to get more information on him. And actually, I've noticed, again, they're showing that they're hiring here, they want to get more people in. But he's also an advisor for a company called Snowball, which is the world's first smart crypto investment automation platform, and also themarket.io, which actually deals with a marketplace for blockchain NFT games, game assets. So basically, like Engine, for example, have those NFTs in their marketplace, and like Phantasma are trying to do too. Themarket.io are doing the same, but with Steam. I actually checked out their website just to see what it's about, so you can actually get all these in-game assets and stuff. But again, this is not really like financial background, you know, like, I mean, he doesn't have DeFi background, but he started a DeFi company. So this is just something to keep in mind, that he doesn't have that much experience in the DeFi space, but he started a company in that. So This is one of the cons that I found with this project so far, because normally CEOs, when they start off a startup, they need to have some kind of background experience, right? I'm absolutely crap at cooking. I don't know how to cook properly. So I'm not going to try and become like open a restaurant to become like a manager of a restaurant if I don't know the ins and outs of cooking and the recipes, right? It's dangerous. It's risky. So this is just something to keep in mind. I'm not trying to FUD Kava in any way, but it's just something that I've noticed, and I want to bring this up to you, of course. Now, he's been a CEO of a couple of companies, gaming peripherals company that designs and distributes gaming mice, so nothing to do with blockchain. He was also an account manager, head of internet marketing, so he's got some marketing experience. He could be good at marketing Kava. Now, the other negative thing that I actually found with Kava, and I want to bring up, is that a lot of their tweets are mostly memes. If you check their Twitter page, you'll see mostly memes. I mean, come on. You need to be a bit more professional, in my opinion, when you're tweeting. I mean, we're seeing this with other projects and they don't inspire too much trust. I mean, a serious investor will actually want to see a more serious tweet, in my opinion. Sure, you can make jokes from time to time and stuff, but if you're posting memes of cartoon characters like Sonic and all these things all the time, I mean, it doesn't give you that much credibility, in my opinion. And this is my personal opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're thinking differently. Maybe you're seeing the positives of this, but it's just something that they should work on, to try to be a bit more serious in their tweets if they want to get that kind of, if they want to gain trust from people, right? And this is the rest of their employees here. Scott Stewart. And again, I've actually checked Scott's LinkedIn page as well. Let me go to it here. So actually, I'm not logged into LinkedIn, but it doesn't give you too much information on what it does. He's a product manager. He works on the product. And then I've also checked out the other person, Rory O'Donnell, who's actually he's actually one of the lead blockchain developers, but he's also a co-founder apparently at Kava. So again, he doesn't have any blockchain experience either. He started in Kava. He's an organizer and co-host previously, and also engineer and data analyst. He went to the University of Glasgow in Scotland. But again, not that much blockchain experience. So this is kind of the difference when I'm comparing it to other projects. And I understand all the projects are different, but it's just something to keep in mind when you're reviewing a project. Now, here is the part that actually catches your eye and actually makes you more bullish on a project, is when you see the partners. For example, you see Ripple here, you see Cosmos, right? So these two are already trying to generate some credibility for the project, right? And not to mention they're the Binance IO as well. So the fact that they're on Binance already generates a lot of visibility. And of course, they're going to try and talk about Ripple. But what I noticed is that one of the founders of Ripple didn't actually talk about Kava for quite some time. I think the last time that he spoke about Kava was in 2018. And we haven't heard about Kava since from Ripple. So this is just something to keep in mind. Now, they are partnering with them. They're probably invested in them. But I will be covering one interesting article that I found. So actually, because we don't have that much more information here, apart from contacting them, checking their Medium page, Telegram, Twitter, etc., I actually wanted to get into their white paper. So let's have a quick look at their white paper here. So what is Kava? Again, multi-collateral depositions. The platform accepts crypto assets like BTC, XRP, and Atom, which is from Cosmos. Users can instruct the platform to issue loans to themselves. No counterparty or credit score is needed, and the loans are issued to the user in a USD-pegged stable coin called USDX. And be very careful with this. Don't check it on CoinMarketCap. I did just out of curiosity, and don't get lied to or tricked, because there are actually 3 other coins here which are called USDX, USDX, Anchor USD, and USDX stablecoin. So be careful with this. These are not the ones. They say that they're stable coins, but as you can see, it's not pegged to the dollar because this is 68 cents. So be very careful not to get tricked into getting into any of these thinking that they're related with Kava. They're not related with Kava, right? And let's talk about how it actually works. So you can deposit with crypto through a web portal. A user connects their wallet, ledger, Trezor, etc., sends the BTC to the Kava platform, creates the CDP. The BTC is locked up as collateral until you can pay your debt back, of course. You generate the stable coin. The user withdraws that stable coin, which is, of course, the USDX. Close the CDP. User can repay the debt plus a stability fee to unlock their collateral at any time. And actually, that stability fee is actually paid in Kava, apparently, right? Because the validators are taking advantage of that, of course, because that's the whole purpose of trying to keep the blockchain alive. Running the nodes, you need to get paid something, right? Because you're using up all that electricity. So the Cdp auction as well, like a margin call, the system automatically liquidates the collateral if the debt to collateral value drops below a specified threshold, and the crypto is returned. The system burns the stable coin and the user is returned their collateral. And you may be asking yourself, okay, but what about the Kava token? It is a utility token again. So like Make or Die, Kava holders can vote on proposals to change the blockchain or the system parameters, including the total amount of USDX that can be issued. So of course you can vote if you hold Kava, right? It is a governance token. Staking and validation. Kava is a staking asset used for network security. As in the Cosmos Hub, users can delegate their voting rights to validators, which are the dedicated nodes, and we'll be looking at those in a moment. In exchange, they earn fees from transactions and stability fees paid by users when closing CDPs. Validators vote in proportion to the Kava they hold and are delegated. And what I don't understand here is they're saying that you get paid the fees for closing the CDP, for closing the collateral, right, the debt. But here it says fees are paid in Kava by users. These fees are burned, reducing the overall supply of Kava. So I'm not entirely sure what they mean here. I mean, if you get paid in Kava, does this actually means that the supply of Kava gets burned? I'm not entirely sure. I mean, this is what they say here, but if you get paid in Kava, how are you burning the supply if that supply is in circulation because you got paid in Kava? So if somebody from the team or somebody that has been really close to the team, or maybe has been following the project since day one, maybe they know more than me, or maybe they ask the right questions to the CEO, do drop me a comment below. I'm curious to get your input on this because this is a question mark for me. I'm not entirely sure how you can get paid in it, but then it gets burned, so it's out of circulation, but you have it because it is in circulation, right? You have it. So yeah, anyway, Validator Commissions, those running validator nodes can change commissions to users that delegate stake to them. Again, they're referring to the ecosystem partners. More here, Validator on board, and this is their roadmap. So the testnet started on Q1 of 2019, but we don't know when the actual project started. We don't get that information neither on their website nor in the white paper. So again, that's a question. Like, why don't we have more information on when Kava actually started? We should get that information. I understand keeping it simple so users can read the white paper, but still. Now, Q4 of 2019, the first USDX will be issued because mainnet has launched, of course. And how to get in touch with them, you can check them out on Twitter, etc. and on Telegram. And again, one of the things on Telegram is that they're not actually, they don't have admins available there. I mean, Brian is pretty much the only admin, and there's another person from Stake With Us, which is one of the validators. And yeah, I mean, looking here, I mean, the first Medium post that he had was from the 1st of July. Scott Stewart, who's one of the guys I mentioned from LinkedIn there, working for Kava. Kevin Davis, he seems to be one of the developers. And Brian, I mean, not too many people post about Kava. Not too many Medium posts. Are quite limited in that. Like, you can't see too many there. But I actually checked out, when you check out the latest Medium article from Kevin Davis, you can actually get a few links here. That is the Kava Mintscan.io, and I was actually expecting to see this on the official website so that I don't have to go research through the Medium post to find out where I can get the Blockchain Explorer link for Kava. And here we go, kava.mintscan.io is the Blockchain Explorer link. You can paste your Kava address here and actually tells you how much you hold. These are all the different validators, and one of the interesting things that which is mentioned in the article as well is that the top 100 validators actually get a share of the transaction fees. Anything more than that, then obviously they don't get anything. But the top 100, based on their stake, the voting power, they'll get more. So here we can see p2p.org are actually the highest one, the #1 validator with 5,050,000 Kava, 6.73 voting power. So they control quite a lot. The commission's 10% if you stake with them. There's one which is like 100% commission, but I'm a bit surprised with that. Maybe they're trying to attract people to stake with them. Kava Century, I'm not sure. Be very careful with that. I may eventually do a tutorial on how you can stake to one of these validators. I'll probably do a test one, but I had a look at the p2p.org one, which is the very top validator, #1, and I was just curious to see what the payout is like. So actually, if you hold 1,000 Kava, for example, you get, that's like worth $959 at the moment. You only get $5.19 worth of Kava per month, so only 5.40 Kava per month. Assuming the price is going to grow a lot more, then yes, but assuming the price is going to stay stable, I mean, $5 a month is not a lot of motivation for staking, in my personal opinion. Some of you may argue with me, of course, but in my personal opinion, it's not a lot. But you may say, okay, well, if you're going to hold Kava anyway, why not stake? It's kind of like with other proof of stake consensus algorithms out there, right? Now, the other thing I had a look at was their GitHub page. So here we can see on GitHub that only 2 people are actually active on their GitHub page making commits to their code, making code changes. So I am a bit concerned about this because this means that development is going to be quite slow, hence why they're hiring. They're kind of struggling at the moment. Again, it is a startup, right? You got to give them that. But we can see they are active, like the Kava DeFi for crypto was updated 23 hours ago, 13 days ago for the DevNet, and so on. Now let's actually talk a little bit about the article. Now this is an article from 17th of May 2019 where Kava Labs is developing the XRP collateralized stablecoin. That's what this was actually supposed to be, USDX, but I'm not sure if it is collateralized to XRP anymore. I think not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is. Because it does say XRP collateralized only. So I think that they initially wanted to focus only on XRP. And then they spread it out to BTC and other ones as well. And of course, Cosmos. So here it says that Kava Labs, the world's first interledger solution, provides interoperability and liquidity to blockchains, wallets, and exchanges, is designing a stablecoin named as USDX. The stablecoin spec to a USD and collateralized with Ripple's XRP. So that was the idea initially. Now it is built on Cosmos. So that's what makes it different than MakerDAO, a new blockchain protocol that makes use of the Tendermint BFT for consensus. It also has a hub and spoke model of cross-blockchain interoperability that emphasizes composability and self-sovereignty of application-specific blockchains. Now, Kava Labs says it believes a major financial function of Cosmos is the offering of decentralized peg assets like pegged Bitcoin and other crypto-native assets. So that is the reason it creates USDX. It's basically going to be using the XRP sidechain as well, right? That's why USDX is going to be using. Now, it is interesting because I didn't expect them to use the XRP sidechain, but considering that XRP are actually investors in them, and let's look at this article here from XRP Daily. This was again posted on the 23rd of May. So this is kind of the stuff that nobody has covered, and I actually found this when I did a bit more digging. They actually developed another wallet. Kava Labs developed Switch, a new wallet for non-custodial trading. So they didn't only focus on Kava, as in the whole product, but they've also worked on a wallet before that. Right? And I'm not sure why they've stopped working on this wallet, because if we go to their GitHub page, we can see that the last time that we had a commit was 6 months ago. Right? Switch. This is it here, right? This is the GitHub page. So for 6 months, they haven't worked on this, which is a bit weird that we haven't seen anything. Maybe it's just because they're focusing all their dev power into Kava Labs. They're trying to work with the DeFi platform. They're trying to improve that rather than this, right? But it's just something that I found here. And actually, let's have another look here at the initial article. So now, Kava Labs is proudly financed by Ripple's Xspring. So this is where we can actually see some information, some proof that Ripple have invested in Kava. Now, Kava Labs is one of the many companies financially supported by Ripple's Xspring. So here is the key thing here. Many companies. That all clicks in with why the Ripple founder only mentioned Kava once in 2018 and he hasn't mentioned since, because they've invested in a lot of companies. So don't get fooled when somebody sells you the idea that they're partnered with Ripple, right? They're not partnered with Ripple. I just want to make this clear, and we can see the proof right here in front of our eyes in this article. You can find the link to this article in the description, but Ripple are invested in one of the many companies, Kava, right? They've invested in a lot more companies, and it does say here that the startup raised around $1.2 million in funding to perfect their development of an interledger solution for blockchain technology. The investment round was spearheaded by Lemniscap and Digital Asset Capital Management. Others involved in the funding are Ripple's Xspring Coil, another Xspring-backed firm, 2020 ventures, etc., etc. So they said that the Kava team is devoted to the vision of interoperability in payments, and amongst blockchain, the firm, according to him, is a partner in achieving the much desired Internet of Value while enabling hassle-free value movement using the Interledger protocol. So that is pretty good. I mean, this is good information, right? The things that we can't actually find are actually hidden, right? Because nobody mentions them, right? Nobody is actually pointing out to them. So this is the reason why when you want to review a project, when you want to do research on a project, and again, this is not financial advice. That's why I've been doing this myself, to try to help you dig out all this sort of information so you can investigate more, research more, and let me know what you think of Kava. Now, like I said, personally, I think the idea behind it is good. The fact that they're the only ones on Cosmos is actually an advantage, but the disadvantage is, 1, the team is small at the moment. 2, no previous blockchain experience. 3, the problem is that only 2 developers are working right now on their GitHub page. So this is a little bit, difficult, to be honest. And 4, too many memes in their tweets. So they need to be careful with that. They need to take it more serious. They need to focus more on spreading the word, marketing themselves maybe a little bit more. And hopefully they can pull this off. I think if they could get listed on more exchanges too, that may help them, in my opinion. Right, but yeah, that's pretty much it from Kava. Again, let me know what you think in the comments below. That was it. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit the like. I very much appreciate it, and subscribe if you're new. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.